jalapenos. Everybody loves them. Come on now. Even if you don't like spicy food, they are amazing, especially if you do something very creative with them. Today I'm gonna show you the best jalapeno side dishes that I've made that goes well with almost anything, even beyond steaks. The very first one is very delicious, very easy to make. It just takes you a little bit of time, and if you have a smoker, you can jump onto a nail level with jalapeno. But enough talking, let's watch it.
Everything starts off with some sausages. You can choose any one you like. I'm using Argentinian chorizo. After removing it from the casing, I heated up a pan with a little bit of avocado oil and threw them in there. You want to really cook them all the way through. And if you get crispy bits, it's just a plus on my book. As you can see, once I was done, my sausage was fully cooked. The next thing to do is a cheese mix. And if you have a food processor, it just makes the job a lot easier. So into it, I threw in a good amount of cheddar cheese. Blend everything on high so that it can really chop things up. Once done, I added a good amount of cream cheese. Blend it once again until everything combines and becomes a paste, just like this. Now this will be our cheese filling. And of course, we can't forget about the jalapenos. So the first thing to do is to remove the top, just like this. Cut it open, remove all of the seeds, and don't forget the white part. That is bitter. You definitely don't want that. To put it together, it's real simple. First, spread that cheese mix we just made, followed by the sausage. Now making it in this order is perfect because the cheese makes it stick. Once done, wrap the whole thing in bacon. Take a look once everything was finished. I'm telling you friends, this is as easy as it gets. Now for even more flavor, I went ahead and added Guga's barbecue rub. This rub is on the description down below for you. You can make it at home, it's super easy. So once everything was fully covered, outside I went to my smoker. Now I set my smoker to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Threw them in there, closed it up, and let them cook for a total of 30 minutes. As once I was done, I took them out, and look, they are fully cooked right now. Right now they are just amazing, but I wanted to take over the top. And for that, I'm using this rib glaze from Cosmo. Now this takes the whole thing to a whole new level. The more glaze, the better. I mean, take a look at it. Is there any way that this is not gonna be delicious? I don't think so. Man, I wish you could try this right now. It is just mouth-watering.
Oh, I rest my case.
Oh my God.
That is amazing, everybody. Angel is even eating the greens, everybody. That lets you know that this thing is very flavorful without actually producing that bitterness from the green, like green peppers. Whenever you eat green pepper, it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Not that great. Jalapeno, for some reason, the spiciness tones down, and when you add the barbecue sauce right on the top together with barbecue rub, it's just a winner chicken dinner, everybody. And here's the deal. If you don't want to put sausages, make a flavorful ground beef. It will work just perfect. Now, the very next one, honestly, if you guys are making any type of party, it's the perfect appetizer, side dish, call it whatever you want, because it's an incredible smoked dip, which you can do it indoors. And pairing this thing up with some steaks, man, it just makes me hungry thinking about it.
And to make it, it's super easy, and here's how. Into a cast iron skillet, I threw in a good amount of smoked Gouda, followed by Velveeta cheese, a good amount of Kobe Jack, diced jalapenos, minced red onions, cream of mushroom, some roasted tomatoes, and seasoned it with Guga's rub. Now that is how easy it is to put this together. As now, you just gotta throw it in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit and bake it for 15 minutes. Once the time is up, take it out and stir everything together. I'm telling you, this cheese dip is real easy. Once everything has been completely mixed, throw it back in the oven for an additional 5 minutes, take it out, and it's ready to be enjoyed. For that, I like to use some crackers. Now I'll tell you one thing, this is delicious already. It tastes fantastic, but I think we can make it even better. And here's how. I threw everything into a bowl, closed it up with some clinch plastic, smoked it for 5 minutes, and if you want it even smoker, just leave it for longer. Took out the clinch plastic and gave it a try, and when I did, oh man, I'm telling you right now, you gotta be careful with this one. It is way too good.
Oh my God, come on.
That's a 10 out of 10 we'll recommend, everybody. Another tip that you can have is use smoked salt. It gives an incredible flavor. The very next one, I actually wanted to trick my nephew into eating a chicken nugget, but I didn't do such a good job of covering the whole thing. This one is very delicious, easy to make, extremely popular for kids. I mean, we're talking about my nephew. He don't like to eat anything green.
These are cheesy bacon gooey jalapeno bites. And to make them, it is ridiculously easy, and here's how. now. Everything starts off with jalapenos. You can use the green one or the red one, whichever one you choose. The first thing to do is to slide off the cap and remove all of the seeds. You can do that with a paring knife quite easily. Tap it on the board and it should easily come out. And here's what the filling looks like once we're done. And to make it, the first thing to do is to cook up some bacon. What we're trying to do here is to render the fat nice and slow and cook it until golden brown. Once done, go ahead and strain all of the fat, as in the end you should be left with this: bacon bits, perfectly cooked and ready to go into our stuffing. Talking about that, remember exact amount and ingredients always in the description down below for you. Into a food processor, I added some cheddar cheese, followed by the bacon we just cooked, and of course cream cheese. Add a little bit of garlic powder and blend everything on high. In the end, you should be left with this. Notice that all of the pieces of bacon are completely processed. That is exactly what you're looking for. Adding it to a Ziploc bag or a vacuum bag will make your job a lot easier, because now all you have to do is cut out the tip and start piping all of the jalapenos. Once done, you want to cut them into small little slices like this. The only thing left to do now is to deep fry them. For that, I'm using the traditional method. First, they go into flour, followed by egg wash, and in the end, panko breadcrumbs. I deep fried all of them at 350 degrees Fahrenheit until they were golden brown. I'll tell you one thing, these are delicious. They are just too good to pass on.
That's freaking delicious.
Is it spicy?
I don't get any spice.
The guy that hates green stuff?
I like it. It's good.
You like it? Come on now, if the green stuff hater tells you that it's good, what do you think, everybody? One of the tips that I can give you is that you can make this ahead of time and wrap them up in clinch plastic and put it on your refrigerator overnight. That way you can get everything else you want to get ready. Now, the very next dish, if you want to make a fancy one for your loved ones or a special event, this is the one to do it, because the presentation is beautiful and it pairs up nicely with some potatoes. Enough talking, and let's watch this fancy jalapeno side dish.
The first thing to do is to peel some potatoes. Then you want to slice them up about a 1/4 inch thick. That's important so that they can cook evenly. Then I lube them up with a good quality olive oil. I season them with salt, followed by freshly ground black pepper and a little bit of smoked paprika. Just like steaks, I made sure to do both sides. Then I transferred them onto a baking tray, and into the oven they went at 450 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 minutes. And that is great because it allows us time to make the filling. And to make it, it's even easier, and here's how. I started by cutting up some jalapenos. Notice that I'm leaving the seeds behind. We don't want it too hot, trust me. We have plenty of that already with the compound butters. So into a food processor, I threw in the jalapenos and processed everything fine. Then I added cream cheese, followed by cheddar cheese and a good amount of garlic powder. As always, remember exact amount and ingredients always on the description down below for you. Because once you have blended everything, if you want a nice presentation, add it to a piping bag. If you don't have one, you can just use a Ziploc bag, as it's all about the presentation. Talking about that, by this time they were fully cooked. Check it out. This is what I was looking for. A perfect thick potato chip. Now all there's left to do is to pipe up some of that filling right on top. Then I placed some small slices of jalapeno right on top, sprinkled some flaky salt followed by smoked paprika, and finished it off with a good quality olive oil. And this is today's side dish. Is it good? You better believe it. And you saw how easy it is to make.
That just hits different. The creaminess, you feel that creaminess?
Yeah.
This paste that I made here together with the potato is incredible.
There's no spiciness over here at all.
No.
It's just the taste from the pepper.
So, fun fact on this one, it was made for a specific reason. I wanted to cut down the spiciness because I made something called a scorpion steak, and boy, that one put me through the roof with spiciness. For some reason, me and spiciness, we don't get along. I don't like it. I like food that tastes good. I don't like it when I'm dying of heat. That was the perfect side dish to go along with it. Gotta be honest, this is my daughter's favorite thing to eat. It is stupidly easy to make and it pairs up with anything.
The first thing we need to start off is something that it's called Sofrito. This is a pack flavor mix to go along with our corn. So in a hot skillet, I throw in some oil, followed by some white onion and cook it until I got a little bit of color. Throw in diced bell peppers and mix it well. After about 2 minutes, add in minced garlic. Saute and let it cook for an additional 2 minutes. Make sure to keep the pan under medium-low heat. The last thing you want is to burn the garlic. Now add some tomato paste and mix it well. The purpose of the tomato paste is not only to add additional flavor but also to glaze the pan. What that means is to have those little things stick to the pan. As it's getting cooked, it also produces a nice Maillard reaction on it. And it's what makes your sofrito taste so good because we're gonna deglaze it. And to do that, I throw in some beer. Make sure you scrape the whole pan. You don't want to leave any of that fond behind. Let it simmer until the beer is completely gone. And remember, exact amount and ingredients always in the description down below for you. To finish it off, season it with salt, freshly ground black pepper, and your sofrito is done. This tastes amazing, and it's so good you can use it for many other dishes. Now let's talk about corn. These are sweet corn, and this is exactly how they came. Unfortunately, without a husk. Especially in today's times, we gotta get what we can, and this was the only one left in my supermarket. But hey, I'm not complaining. I was very grateful I was able to get it. And this is cotija cheese. To my surprise, this is always available, even in today's time, because it's not that popular, and you will always find it in the Latin section in your supermarket. But you're also able to order it online. And this is Mexican tajin. It is an incredible seasoning that goes along with many dishes. Again, you will be able to find this one in your Latin aisle in your supermarket. And just in case you don't, you can always get it online. The unique thing about this seasoning is that it does not only taste amazing, but it has a very strong, powerful taste of lime. So whenever you're using it, keep that in mind and don't add too much, because it's nice and powerful. The first thing I need to do is to boil the corn. I tried this recipe before by just grilling the corn, and it is not the same. For some reason, boiling it gives a much better texture, and that's what I recommend. You want to boil it until it's nice and soft to your taste. Once it's done, quickly remove it and set it into a cooling rack. As it's still hot, smother some butter on it, and do it like you mean it. We all know that butter makes everything better, and for corn it's absolutely true. To make it easier to handle, I added some wooden skewers, and if you don't have any available, it's not necessary. And to give that nice char flavor, I used my torch. Now let me tell you something, this goes quick, so be very precise and fast with that torch, because as you can see, that thing will char instantly. Once I was done, this is what I got. It's nice and soft because of the boiling water, but I still have that nice char flavor. Now the next step might sound weird for a lot of people, but I'm telling you, it works like a charm, and that is to spread a good amount of mayo on it. You will not be able to taste it. The reason for the mayo is so that it can act as a binder, because the next thing we gotta do is fill it up with the cotija cheese. Now make sure you add it to every single edge. Trust me, you cannot overdo it. This cheese together with the corn combination is absolutely incredible. Now the only thing left to do is to spread that tajin seasoning all over. Remember not to put too much. Throw in that wonderful sofrito on top. Now if you don't only want to make it taste like $1,000,000 but also look like one, add in some thin slices of radish and jalapeno. To top it off, add a little piece of lime, a little bit of chives, and your Mexican street corn is done. This, my friends, tastes absolutely incredible, and I really hope you give this one a try.
How do you describe this one?
If you could think about like the Mexican flavors of like the spices and all that, maybe even like kind of, I would say like even like a Bloody Mary-ish type of thing, like the rim. It's like that, but with corn.
I cannot recommend this one enough and how easy it is to make. If you want to make it extra special and even more extra spicy, what you can do is before you basting it with the mayo, blend the mayo and some jalapenos together. It's going to be even more incredible. Now the next one, well, I'll be honest with you. I had leftovers in my house. I don't like to throw food away. I don't know if you guys are the same way as I am, but I always like to repurpose everything. This was one of those cases. I actually reused some chicken nuggets from McDonald's. Check it out.
I had some leftover jalapenos on my refrigerator, so I went ahead and chopped it up. I don't like to let anything go to waste. Then some of the mozzarella sticks my kids did not eat for lunch. I went ahead and chopped that up too. I tried to combine them both together just like this. Then I cut an opening right in the middle of the chicken nugget and stuffed the whole thing in there. Check it out when I was done. We got a good amount in there. Then I had some leftover takis. I went ahead and threw everything in the food processor and processed on high. I'll be treating these as breadcrumbs. For deep frying, as you already know, we gotta go through the three-stage process. First the flour, then the egg wash, and then some crunchy takis. Remember, they're already fully cooked, so I'm just basically trying to fry up the takis a little bit. My oil was at 375 degrees Fahrenheit, and once I was done, this is what I was left with. Remember, these chicken nuggets were going to be thrown away, but that is something I cannot do. Now the big question is, how is it going to taste?
Cheers, everybody. Oh, come on. That's amazing.
It's not even hot. It's just the flavor of the jalapeno on top of the chicken nuggets.
Exactly. Oh, if I see this in a McDonald's menu and we don't get paid for it,
You can sue them.
You know, I'm gonna
It's
piss.
intellectual property right here.
Now, one of the things that I should have made with this side dish is a little dipping sauce, everybody, because as you're taking bites, it can become a little bit dry because of the crust. And you can even use barbecue sauce. Mix whatever barbecue sauce you want together with mayo with a little bit of grated ginger and garlic, and it's gonna be fantastic. That's how easy it is. But these are my jalapeno side dish. Let me know which one you guys like best. And if you want to see all of the best top potato dishes, that one we might just make it next if that's what you want to see. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe for future videos. Remember, if you are interested in any of the equipment I use, everything is always in the description down below for you. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, all the links for every single video will be down there as well. Go check them out, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.